What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the JuiceBox presented by LOCKCITY. It's Claw here today, and today we'll have episode number 233 of the JuiceBox with an outlook into the Saturday college football slate. Huge slate on deck, tons of great games. Like as always, we'll go over my three favorite. Last week, such a brutal loss on the Auburn game, but we did smash the JuiceBox Lock last week of TCU minus 6.5. We also smashed Indiana minus 6.5. They won by 40. And then the Auburn one, that was brutal. They were covering the whole game, about a minute left, safety to blow the cover. So it's unfortunate, but we move on to this week. The first game that we're going to talk about is Arkansas at Notre Dame, or Notre Dame at Arkansas. Notre Dame comes into this one 1-2. Their defense this year has not been that of a typical Notre Dame team. They let Texas A&M drop 40 on them at home. They even let Purdue score 30. Miami put up 27. This is going to be a tough test here for Notre Dame. Arkansas, they can score with anyone. They put up 35 on Ole Miss. They put up 30 on Memphis. They're 2-2 right now, and they've got an electric pass game here with Taylor Green. I think that they can exploit this Notre Dame secondary that's been kind of shredded by just about everyone they've faced. I think this is going to be a raucous crowd here in Arkansas, and I think that I think it's going to be a shootout, and I like Arkansas with the points here. I think they cover, and I think they have a chance to win outright here. So I like Arkansas plus 4.5. You can get that at minus 110. The next game that we'll talk about is LSU at Ole Miss. We've got LSU coming in this one, ranked number 4, Ole Miss ranked 13. LSU, both teams here undefeated, but LSU's offense has not really got going. Their defense has obviously been spectacular, but they haven't allowed more than 10 points to a team this year. But it's kind of questionable who they faced. I mean, they faced South Louisiana, they faced Florida, Louisiana Tech, and Clemson. We thought Clemson was going to be good to start the year, but they've been horrible, to say the least, honestly. So their defense looks pretty good. But offensively, they've not been good. They only put up 20 versus Florida. They only put up 17 versus Clemson. Only 23 versus Louisiana Tech. They did lay it on Southeast Louisiana. But if it wasn't for 5 interceptions from DJ Lagway, they almost lost that game versus Florida outright at home. I was at the game. It was electric. But I think Ole Miss will be able to put up points for them. They've faced much better competition as up to this date so far. They played Arkansas in a shootout and they won. They went to Kentucky, hostile environment. Kentucky's got a decent defense, and they just murdered Tulane last week. So with that being said, I like Ole Miss here. I think that Trinidad Chambliss is going to be able to make some plays here versus LSU. Again, a hostile environment here. I don't think it's really going to rattle LSU too much. They've got experienced quarterback and experienced defense. So I do think we'll see some points here from Ole Miss, and I think I'm not sure what to expect from the LSU offense. Haven't really seen much I like from them, and I think that Ole Miss is going to put up some points on them. I like Ole Miss to win this game. So with that being said, give me Ole Miss on the money line. You could also play the minus 1.5, but I'll just take the money line to be safe here. You can get that money line at minus 125. And the final game that we're going to talk about is one of the biggest games of the day. We've got 6th ranked Oregon going to face number 3 Penn State. This is a rematch of the Big Ten championship last year where Oregon won. So Penn State's got revenge on their mind, and they haven't they haven't played anyone this year. I mean, they've played Villanova, FIU, and Nevada, so they've had all off season basically to prepare for this Oregon game. It's a whiteout crowd, and Oregon comes into this one. I mean, their competition isn't much better, but they beat Oregon State, Northwestern, Oklahoma State. They've looked really good, but I do question how Dante Moore is gonna fare versus this environment in Penn State, the whiteout. It's going to be crazy, and I don't think that they're going to really need to have Drew Aller make any crazy plays. Not the biggest Drew Aller fan, but I think this offensive and defensive line are going to control the game here for Penn State. I think this is going to be a classic game where Katron Allen and Nick Singleton each rush for 100-plus yards, maybe 150 each, and a couple touchdowns. I think they just run the ball right down their throats. They've got a huge advantage on both lines, and I think they show that. I think that the defense can get Oregon into a trailing game script and force a turnover or two as well. So I really like Penn State in this one here. We're going to go Penn State minus 3.5. You can get that at minus 110 right now. And for the JuiceBox Lock of the day, we're gonna go with Penn State here minus 3.5. I think they're just gonna have their way here, just out physical Oregon. A nice revenge spot here at home. I think everything's pointing to Penn State here winning by a touchdown plus. So let's lock that in. Penn State minus 3.5. Let's lock that in. Let's cash, and we'll see y'all again here tomorrow. Peace.